have you seen? Obviously, you guys faced Lamar last year. What improvements have you stick out for you when you watch him on film right now?
I don't know, I just feel like they're meshing better as an offense. They're exploiting or using his running ability, I think, better this year, so that it keeps people off balance, and then he's able to get some good throws off as well every now and then. And so once he's able to hit you for 30 down the sideline with his feet, and then you're ready for him to scramble, and he sits there and hits the 15-yard throw, you're like, what's coming next? So just that unpredictability is catching people off guard and not knowing really how to handle it.
You have to rush him differently than a guy who doesn't have that unique ability?
Yes. I mean, you have to cage this guy, make sure he doesn't scramble up the middle. Definitely doesn't scramble up the middle. Try to get him running to his left, throw off balance, and just try to keep him in the pocket if we can. But if we can't, just funnel him to his weaker side throwing. Just make sure he's not as effective.
Does it help you played him before? It's not going to be the biggest, like his speed, his elusiveness is going to be the biggest surprise.
I mean, it's not a surprise, but I mean, it still catches people off guard because how just I don't know how slick he is for getting away from potential tacklers. Guys don't even think he sees them coming, and he'll make a back juke or hit a move to the side, and then all of a sudden they're on the ground thinking they already had him. He's elusive as they come, but you just got to make sure that you have population to the ball and you see what you hit.
Conscientious when they're chasing after him because of his elusiveness, his athleticism. You could reach out to try and bring him down, and all of a sudden it turns into a face mask penalty against you. Is that something else you have to really watch out for with him too?
I mean, we haven't talked so much about that. You're trying to go towards his midsection. You're not trying to hit up high. You got to stop those legs. Those are what's getting everybody to miss. It's not like he's wiggling. He's just those cuts are very sharp and precise. He's not really chopping or doing anything like that. But if you're able to keep him doing that one cut, make sure you're following back to your other defenders. You can keep him from tearing you up.
What do you see from their set of tackles?
I mean, that's some good tackles. Brown and Stanley. I think they're Brown's like 300, and he's probably big as Greg. So he's a big body, and they're both physical. It's supposed to be a physical game, but we have to up that. We have to master tempo and exceed it. Make sure that they don't bring the fight to us. We do the opposite. Make sure they're always on their heels. We're pushing back the line of scrimmage, and we make these guys move the running back and Lamar move by him, try to get by their own offensive guys just to get back to the line of scrimmage. If we do that, then it'll be a long day for them.
He's been saying the division goes through Baltimore. They won the title. This being the first AFC North game for you guys this season, how much importance do you put on it?
I mean, the goal is to win a division. That's the short-term goal. So they're the defending champions in that regard. So if we want to do that, then we have to beat them. They're the best team in the division right now. So have to stamp our name on that title, or at least potentially for that title. Going after them and getting a win in their house.
Love to use tight ends 2, 3 at times. What type of challenges does that present?
I mean, just have to get after them. I don't think anybody is going to be scared of going up against any tight end. OV, guys inside. You just get after them just like another blocker, another offensive lineman. They go out there and they catch routes, and me mentally, I'm thinking nobody who catches routes is going to be able to block me. So we're just going to be physical with them and at the point of attack, and they'll push back the line of scrimmage.
You mentioned Olivier there for a second. I'm curious, what type of impact has his addition in these first 3 weeks had on you?
I I mean, he's technical, he's very precise, and he's very physical. He's always knocking line of scrimmage back. He's not. I wouldn't say he's the fastest off the ball, but based off his stance. But once he hits you, you know you're hit. Whether it's a tackle or him just put his hands to you at the very snap of the play, and he'll just sling around guys, get his hands inside. And he's just basically a perfect example of how to get your hands inside on an opposing blocker and disengage, because he does that very well.
What everyone seemed to anticipate he'd be able to do, and that's create opportunities for you.
I mean, he's creating opportunities for all of us. Great defensive players don't just make plays; they make potential plays for all your other teammates. So I mean, when LT, Bruce Smith and Reggie were playing, once they're keyed in and focused on one guy, those other guys on the line or blitzing, they're able to be freed up because all the attention's on you. Your presence demands that you have more than one blocker, 2, 3. They're designating more than one guy to stop you on that day, and I think he does that, and that helps us.
Any sense of unfinished business? 296 yards rushing last year in that finale.
I don't see that happening again, but you got to go out there and do it. I didn't see it happening the first time. So, but it's a new year, new time, and I feel like we can get after these guys pretty well. I don't think they can. I think the plan is too good for us to let something like that happen again, and we're too prideful to have something like that happen again.
Lines. I mean, obviously Lamar we've been talking about, but how about those two running backs and Ingram and Edwards, and what challenges do they bring?
I mean, they're all three great rushing threats. He doesn't want to be called a running back. That's his main talent right now, his elusiveness outside of the pocket, and then getting the ball off as well. But those two, they're both very talented. Both run downhill, one-cut guys, can go through you or can make one move and try and get some separation and distance on you and get to the end zone. And you saw that with Ingram when he was at the Saints. But Edwards, he had a good year last year. So you just make sure you keep him from bouncing outside. No easy gaps to get through. Make sure your colors in your gap, and you make those guys go sideways, and that's not where they want to be. They're always trying to go forward. They're not trying to get to the outside of the defense. They're trying to one cut, get through the line, and hopefully the line's already pushed back. So by the time they get there, they're 3 or 4 yards upfield, and then they break it, and the next time they're touched is by a DB. We can't let that happen.
What was your reaction to getting those fines against the Jets? I mean, you had the one the first week, and then they doubled up on you against the Jets. Did you do anything different against the Rams to avoid that?
Not at all. I mean, I'm still going to play football the same way. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong. I didn't feel like I intentionally landed on the guy or I hit him late. The only thing I did wrong that game was jumping off sides twice. That's the main point I can take from that. But the strike zone, I looked at it. I hit him right in the chest. He went down. He tried to plant his foot. And when he planted his foot, his knee went up, went into me, and I fell right on top of him. There's nothing much I can do about that. If I hit him and his knee doesn't come up and force me on top of him, I just roll right over him. I mean, it's football though. That kind of contact is sometimes unavoidable. I know QBs have the most protection in the league, but at the same time, you got to defend us as well. You can't expect us to try and do every single thing we can to get out the way of them and potentially risk hurting ourselves just trying to keep him from ever touching the ground harder than laying a pillow on the bed. But I'm not going to change up my style of play, and hopefully I don't get any more fines for it.
I know obviously it's a lot of money, but is that in some ways kind of the cost of doing business if you're going to be a pass rusher in today's NFL?
I think so. That's why it doesn't bother me too much. Many guys have got it, deservingly or undeservingly, and so if I'm going to go out there and make some plays, make a lot of plays, and at the back end I might get a unnecessary roughness every 3 or 4 games. I want to make it a habit. It's not something I want to do, but if that's what happens and I'm still making big plays consistently, then I guess it's my toll.
There's those 2 fines and then the one from the opener. Did you appeal all of them?
I appealed those 2 that happened Jets week next week, and that first one I appealed, but haven't got a response. So we'll see how that goes.
All 3, but no word yet.
Penalties are up across the league. Do you feel like that's just the way things are going to be, or is it the start of the season? And do you guys, not just the roughing the passer kind of penalties, but in general, do you guys have to adjust moving forward?
Holding, PI on both sides. I think it'll start to cool down. I know the head of officials wasn't having it, and he didn't like how many penalties there were. And Tom Brady said something about it. And once he says something, it's got to go. So seeing that, I know that those are going to slowly decrease, and it's going to get a little bit more regulated, so the game can flow a little bit better.
What did you think of your performance against the Rams and the strip sack? It looked like you were on the left side in that 3 technique. And was that any more gratifying to be able to make that kind of play in that moment, somewhere else other than kind of right end? It shows the benefit of moving around that you wanted is paying off.
Yeah, that's why I had been talking about that, being able to move around and get the attention off me a little bit, so that I don't have to get double teamed or chipped every time. It's nice. I made the play, but I expect to make those kind of plays because I expect to be that kind of player who can consistently be important and big time every time I step on the field. And that was a big moment, but we needed a couple more. If I want to do that, we needed something in the second half to get us sparked and get us a score to tie up the game or even put us in the lead. But there were some times where I made a good move and I was open and got the ball off, or sometimes where I just didn't get free. Whether it was because I had a guard and tackle on me or whatever the situation was. I had to be better in the second half, and that's just being critical of myself. Not making enough plays in that second half to keep us in the game.
Saying, blame him, and he's going to do a better job of getting the ball in the playmakers' hands and calling better plays. What's he been like through this kind of uneven 1 and 2 start that people thought he'd be doing better?
I don't want to hear all that. He's saying blame him, and I appreciate it. It's a good sentiment, but looking at the Patriots and them giving up a offensive touchdown this whole 3-game span going into 4, that's just why are we doing that? Why don't we have that? We have that same kind of ability. We need to be achieving those same kind of things. We can't be saying the offense needs to pick it up. Well, we need to pick it up. You have to do whatever you have to do to win games. And if we have to hold them to 3, 6, or however many just field goals to get the game won, then we'll do that. So we have to pick it up on our end. We can't point the finger at anybody but ourselves, because our job is keep points off the board, and we haven't done that. And we haven't done that well enough to win games. And we have to just keep on striking until something lights.
Lines. I'm thinking of the physical style of the Ravens and how that jumps out at everybody. Is this the game? Is this the game you really need to live up to what you guys can be as a defensive line because of their style? And it seems like this is like a true test, and but you guys could be the difference.
It's a true test every time you step on the field. I don't care who you go against. It's the Ravens. You could place any name right there. You want to win and you want to set the tone up front. And with any team you're going up against, we are the tone setters for the defense. And the defense sets the tone for the team. So we're really, the forerunners, and we kind of see how the whole season's going to go and that game's going to go. And if we're doing well, then the team's going to do well. If we're not, then the offense is going to pick up the slack. Which we hope, but we don't want to have to rely on that. So we have to go out there and be the best that we can be, no matter who's out there. Ravens O-line or Patriots O-line. Doesn't make any difference.
The jersey swap with Aaron Donald, I mean, it kind of catches a lot of people's eyes because obviously, you aspire to win that award that he's had and see it in the locker room and everything. What did that mean to you, and what was that like?
I mean, it was nice. I mean, he's a player like anybody else. I have a lot of respect for him because he's through all the success as well as the downfall last year, not winning. He's been the same guy. He hasn't changed at all. He still kept his head down, still remained hungry, and he hasn't done any complaining. He hasn't asked for any handouts. He doesn't say, "Look at me." Khalil's the same kind of guy. He's a team first player, and he just he loves the game for what it is, and he just wants to be the best at it. And that's kind of the same way I feel about the sport itself. So I feel like we have that kind of relationship where we just want to be the best we can be for the game, but it's not all about us. The stats is not all about us. It's team first, and if we don't have a single sack, if we don't have to make a single tackle or pressure, for long we're drawing attention, long we're able to get other guys open, other guys making plays. That's all that matters. W's at the end of the day, it's all that matters, and that's they would agree with that because it's not all about us, not all about them. It's about advancing the ship and keep us in the right way. At one time. But, I mean, that was the first time I've met him after that game. So.
With you during when you're doing that?
I mean, he said the usual things. So keep your head down, keep working. I see a young bull.